Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold, and tonight I'm going to be channeling Ascended Master St. Germain, and I've asked him to give us some tips on how to find our passion, how to find that one thing or a few things that will bring us the most joy in this lifetime while we're here on planet Earth. So I'm going to get started, but I just want to let you know they're showing me there's a lot of frequencies they're bringing through this video. If you are open to receiving them, to transmute fear back to love in the heart chakra. So they keep having me cough, so I might be coughing a lot in this video, and also maybe a little bit short of breath because there's a lot in the heart chakra, and the third eye and the crown. So they're bringing through frequencies for those areas to help us be connected and find our more of our passions. So the third eye and crown chakra, more connection to the divine, to your intuitive abilities, and then of course the heart chakra, working with your inner child and creating from the heart. So my inner child brought in with us today crystal, and it's a purple aura crystal, so the violet flame, and this is great for the third eye and crown. So I'm just going to have that with me during the channeling, and I want to say thanks for watching my channel, and have a great night. Oh yes, welcome. I am St. Germain. We welcome you all. We would first wish to begin with that you all have magic within you. You all have the ability to create many, we would say, new creations on planet Earth. We would say that while you're in spirit form, there is always a beginning. There is never an end. You are always at the beginning. And we would say when you are in the now moment and you are in your heart instead of your head, you are in this now moment and you are creating a new beginning. It is that there would be no end. This moment is always the beginning. This is where one would create from. How could I find a passion? How could I find a place to create from? We would say to first begin with your connecting with your inner child. She is your creator. When Tara does her channelings, she would be connecting with her inner child for the creation. It would be her spiritual body's consciousness. The inner child resides within the spiritual body's consciousness. We would say if you viewed it as an aspect of a fractal of light or a fractal of energy, there would be a fractal of energy that would make up this part of your personality, this aspect of yourself, which would be the inner child. This is part of your spiritual body's consciousness. Tara would say that her inner child is the creator of her channeling, although she would be using her mental body's consciousness. We would not use the terminology using. She would be incorporating or including her mental body's consciousness to do the translations of these messages. She would be incorporating or including her physical body's consciousness to be the vessel of our energies. She would be using her or incorporating her emotional body's consciousness to feel the messages we are bringing in and to translate them. We would say that all of her bodies are working together to create this channeling at this time. Is this not one of her passions? She enjoys working with spirit, and this is a fun play time for her inner child. This is where we would say to start is within your heart, within your inner child. You have all created an imprisonment in your lifetime. This is a game of the egoic consciousness that you have all signed up to play. I have created a prison. How have I created a prison? When you would look around you, where are you seeing or feeling resistance in your life? This would be where you have created the prison. This would be maybe your boss is controlling you in some way, or you are allowing yourself to be controlled. Maybe it is a parent that is blocking you from expanding and showing who your talents and gifts, or maybe you feel imprisoned at home, maybe you feel imprisoned in the workplace, maybe you feel imprisoned at school. There are many ways that you create prisons for yourselves. This would be some are imprisoned simply by their thoughts. They are so deep into ego that they have imprisoned themselves within that frequency. We would say that many of you had, as children, decided where you would like to play, and many of you have forgotten. We would say to first visualize your inner child by simply a visualization. All of you know how to do this. How can I visualize? I will shut my eyes and visualize. I will visualize myself in a jail cell, and I will look around. What is in this jail cell? Is it dark and damp? Have I imprisoned my inner child in this setting? Could I open the door? Could I show my inner child that she does not have to, or he does not have to live in a prison any longer? The inner child is the aspect of yourself that is experiences joy, awe, wonder, and innocence, so that you can feel that, well, here on planet Earth, if she is trapped in a prison, then or he is trapped in a prison within your spiritual body's consciousness, then how could you connect and feel this joy and this awe and wonder and innocence? We would say to unlock the jail cell door, show her or him that it is open. This is easy for the inner child to walk out the door. If she can see that outside the door is nature and beauty and sunshine and safety, allow her to see beyond the bars of the prison cells. Allow her to have the key to open the door. This will set her free or him free. You do not have to live in a prison any longer. It is only a state of consciousness. It is only a perception that you are in a prison. All of you can be free in any situation. It is an illusion of the egoic consciousness that anyone could take your power or imprison you. Most of the imprisonment is held within the mind. Come to the now moment and connect with the inner child. We would say that to go back to childhood. Where was it as a child that I liked to play? How did I play with my dolls or my army trucks or my race cars? How did I play with my toys? This will give you an indication of where your passion lies, of what your inner child would like to create. Did they like to color or run and climb trees? Did they like to play sports, or were they avid readers? Did they wish to write or draw or sing? Where do their passions lie? What was it that you wish to play with? And then look at how your parents would stop you from feeling so much joy. This is because we have created a system on planet Earth to, we would say, burn out our light or shut out our light, blow out our candle. When I show my light, the egos around me will want to blow out my candle. They will want to dim my light. And this would include your siblings and your parents. We would say siblings and parents, as most people grew up when they were children with siblings and parents. Others were raised by maybe an aunt or in an orphanage. Wherever you were, your childhood was created, go back to that time and see who would snuff out your candle. Who put out your light at that age? When did they put out your light? They would put out your light when you were having the most joy. This would be that you may have created something and took it to a parent to show them, and you were so excited and so proud, and you were seeking validation outside of yourself that you were worthy to be loved. Look at the picture I drew for you, Mom. Do you like it? And they might chuckle at the drawing, and this is where your egoic consciousness would kick in and say, why did they laugh at me? Am I not good enough? And we would say there are many parents who are very supportive of their children, but it is the energy of that they emit at the time that the child would feel, and then the child would take that energy in and start to form judgments on itself. We would say that children pick up on the energy of those around them rather than the frequency of the words or the actual sentence or words that the parents would be saying, or a friend or a family member would say. The child picks up on the energy first. If a parent is judging their drawing, the child will pick up on the judgment and then begin to judge themselves. If someone is laughing at them, we would say, some people would say, I am not laughing at you, I am laughing with you, but the child would know the difference based on the energy frequency the parent or adult was emitting. We would say that this is not a conscious, most of the time, it is not a conscious decision of the parent. It is a subconscious reaction to their own insecurities. This is that the parent is not doing anything wrong. They are playing the game of the ego, and they are doing the best that they can at all times. It is that we are always emitting our own frequencies of where we have our own self-judgments or self-doubts or low self-worth or low self-esteem. This emits onto your children or your friends, or where your jealousy would lie, or where judgment or criticism on yourself would reside. This would be when the child gets excited and shows everyone in her family that she can sing and dance, and she performs. A sibling may make fun of her or him, and then feel satisfied in their own ego that they were able to dictate whether you were good enough. The child would begin to believe this, that they were not good enough, and then it of course would cause insecurities and would shut one down. It would make one small. It would make one inferior. Did any of your parents tell you to be humble? Would we say the terminology of humble means to make one inferior, to make one small? Would this be a good word to use with your own children? Now that you are aware that the terminology has the frequency of to make one small, when you would wish to see your own children grow and expand and show their greatness, we would say that many of you had your light burnt out or your candle snuffed out as a child, and it is time to reignite it. It is time to show your greatness. Do not be afraid of your greatness. It is that you are all co-creators. You are all part of consciousness. How could you be anything less than perfection? It is that you are always doing the best you can at all times, and it is only the judgment upon yourself. When you begin to love who you are as instead of seeking outside of yourself for love, then it is easier to show your talents and gifts, as you are not afraid of judgment. Tara had taken many years before she could channel in front of people or on the camera. we would say that it would be, she is still quite insecure in many areas of this. We would say that as she feels her insecurity, she would stop and work with her inner child. She would hold her inner child and tell her that she is perfection, and it does not matter what anyone outside of us thinks, that her inner child is enough, and her inner child is more than enough. Why did we ever seek friends outside of ourselves? Why wasn't our inner child enough? This is the key. If you can seek it within you, and you can find the love within yourself, and you can love who you are as consciousness, then you will no longer need to seek it outside of yourself, and you will step into your power. You will step into your power of your heart, not the power of the head. We are not talking about having a big ego. We are talking about showing your greatness from your heart. And when you are comfortable in your own shoes, you will be ready to show your creations. You will be ready to create. We would say to find your passion, ask your inner child, connect with your inner child, and ask him or her where they would like to play. They will guide you, and they will lead the way. Even when you get to a point where you have fully said, this is my passion, I have found what I wanted to do, we would remind you that the egoic consciousness will be tricking you to veer, or tricking you to believe that you have found it. Many of you will get to a point and you would say, I have found my passion, so I will create this and I will show the world. And then a year down the road, you realize that the reason you created it, you have an awareness, I did that to please my mother. This is, we are mentioning this because when you do find passion that makes you happy, take a moment to go in and ask, what is it that is making you happy with it? Is it that because of a parent might be proud of you? This would be, we will give an example. One moment, please. Tara became a registered nurse and went to school, and we would say that she realized after it was to please her mother. When she chose to change careers, she went into natural therapy. She took courses and she studied, and she opened a natural therapy clinic. And then she realized that she had done this to please her mother as well. We would say that it is that in your search to seeking your passion and to your search to seeking your joy, there will be many times where the egoic consciousness would wish for you to veer you the other way. This is why we are saying when you are finding where your passion lies, there will be no limits to your creation, but check in to see what your intention is. Am I doing this to please my ego or my heart? Am I doing this to please my head or my heart? Am I doing this creation so that someone else will validate that I am worthy? Am I doing this creation so others will approve of me? Am I creating this in this moment so that after I am finished it, I can show it to the world and everyone can compliment me? It is in doing it for those reasons, they would be egoic reasons. We would say that as you work with your inner child and find where she wants to play, you will know when you hit your passion, because it would be that you will feel joy from your heart. There would be a happiness and a lightness. And when you begin to tell people, they will stomp on it. They will try to put out their light because they are in the egoic consciousness game and they are reacting with their ego. It is not personal. It is that their your ego sees that you have expanded your consciousness. You have stepped into who you are as a conscious being, and you have begun to show your light. You have begun to show your creations. You have begun to create as a co-creator with the universe. And the egos around you will want to put out your flame. This is when we would say it is okay not to share everything with everyone. We would say that many empaths or many people would run and tell someone, look what I have created. They are excited. They need to share it with everyone. Take a moment. Is this something I need to share with everyone? Does everyone have to know? Or could I create within myself and with my inner child, and when I'm ready and I have perfected my performance and I am feeling great with who I am and I am ready to show the world my greatness, could I step out then and show everyone? If I show everyone too early, we would say that their intention would be to stomp out your light, and this would cause much confidence to fall. You would, we would say it would be like Humpty Dumpty falling off the wall. It would take so many years for you to build up the confidence, but it's only one comment of negativity that would knock you off the wall. If you work with your inner child and you create from your heart and you compliment yourself, you will get the confidence that you require in order to show the world your creations, in order to step into your greatness and show your passion to the world or to others. Before doing so, we would recommend to spend a moment with yourself on this. If I told my mother or father or my friends or family, how are they going to react? They are going to be so proud of me. But we would say, if your light is bright, there will be comments that would want to put out your light from the egoic consciousness, and it would diminish your light. First, feel good in your shoes. First, feel good with who you are, and first feel confident about your creations. And then when you love yourself enough, take it out to show the world. And when someone tries to knock you down, they will not be able to, because you are not seeking validation outside of yourself. We would say, have fun and play with your inner child. Find out where your passions lie by remembering back to childhood, what you were good at before everyone told you you were not good at it. Have fun with it. Play. Go to the store and buy some toys. Start to interact with your inner child, and they will show you the way. If you were an avid reader as a child, would this not be an indication that you may want to write as a passion? If you were into sports, would it not show that maybe it would be something with exercise that you would like to do as a passion? If you were singing and humming while you played, does this not indicate that you may be an amazing singer and you have not been aware of that yet? Did you color and draw a lot? Then pick up a paintbrush. Do not think about what I need to do to learn. We would say to start to play. If, for example, if you picked up a paintbrush as a child and enjoyed it, go and buy a canvas and some paints and start to play. Do not have set a goal for an outcome, because you will start to criticize. Play, 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 and as you play, you will find your passion, and then you may want to take a course or two, or learn from your inner child. Your inner child will teach you, as she is consciousness, and connecting with your higher self and your inner child, you will be able to create from your heart. We would say all of you are co-creators, and all of you You have limitless potential. You all have vast knowledge, and you all have vast creations that lie within your heart that the world is waiting to see. You are all perfection. Okay. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I'm really dizzy, so I'm going to shut off the camera, but thanks for watching, and have fun creating. Have a good night.